In the previous episode, Tony Stark suddenly appeared in front of Peter Parker, who was working late at night in January, and left a spider that could grant powers, asking if he wanted to reclaim his life as Spider-Man. Mostly, we've seen Peter Parker as a teenager starting from scratch, struggling to become Spider-Man, dealing with school mishaps, inventing his own web shooters, and fighting small crimes. This time, we'll see Peter Parker starting to become Spider-Man at around 30 years old. Because of this, the challenges and difficulties he'll face are bound to be even more interesting. It's February now, and someone in a black Spider-Man suit is swinging through New York City. As Tony mentioned, this suit is just for concealing identity, so it's plain black without any logo or pattern. This photo also appeared on the front page of the Daily Bugle. Can you guess who might have taken the picture? Remember, the Daily Bugle is controlled by Kingpin. In this comic, it's portrayed that J. Jonah Jameson and Peter Parker have a good relationship. But since they couldn't pit these two against each other, Kingpin is shown using the Bugle to portray Spider-Man negatively as usual. But also people don't believe in this new hero appearing in the city. Peter's son, Richard, insists that the image is just CGI or Photoshop. Little May Parker says she doesn't like the figure because it looks scary. At this moment, MJ says she's heading to work and leaves. But as she's about to leave, she notices something and asks Peter, "Hey, Peter, have you been working out?" Peter responds, "Maybe a little." Then he thinks about these recent days. This week has brought a big change for him. He feels stronger, and he's noticed he has spider sense. However, there's one problem. After 2 weeks of practice, he's still not good at stopping while swinging. Peter notes that having a confrontation or being attacked by someone would really help him improve, and with that thought, another day passes. Meanwhile, 2 old men who recently lost their jobs are taking a bath and talking. Jonah exclaims, "For the past 25 years, I've only had coffee every morning. No orange juice, no apple juice, not even breakfast. This must be bad for me, right?" Ben replies, "You're not 5. Even if I say yes, you won't stop. So, I don't think it's bad for you," and they two laugh together. They then talk about the latest issue of the Bugle. Jonah praises the photo Peter took, and mentions that there are now 2 masked vigilantes in the city. One of them is on the front page, while the other is kept hidden. Who is this other one, and why is Kingpin keeping it a secret? According to the old men, this other one has attacked Kingpin 3 times already. That's right, in the previous episode, we saw what might be Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin blowing up Kingpin's car. Back to the story, Kingpin has a large building. According to Jonah, this building is like a black hole. Once you go in, you can't come out. An explosion occurred inside, causing a panic room within the building to open, and a call for help went out. When the police went to investigate, Kingpin showed them another location, so they returned without finding anything. So, is Tony in this room? In the previous episode, Iron Man appeared as a hologram and mentioned that he was trapped somewhere and trying to escape. Anyway, the main plan of the 2 old men is to start their own newspaper. For now, they're still thinking of a name for it. Meanwhile, Peter is swinging through the city. He manages to stop smoothly and feeling happy about it. And he's thinking, this life has been stolen from him for about 20 years. Now that I've got it back, what should I do? I am a smart guy, but I have no idea what to do now. While thinking, he spots someone breaking into a building. And that someone is none other than Shocker. Sarcastically, Peter asks, "Lost your keys? Got accidentally locked on the roof." As usual, Peter starts talking a lot. Shocker asks, "What are you?" Peter humorously replies, "I'm still figuring that out. But when I see what you're doing, I'm the guy who's going to stop you." Shocker gives him a sly look and asks, "Ever done anything like this before?" And Peter replies, "No. First time." Shocker even compliments him, saying, "You're a natural at it. It's really funny, isn't it?" Then Shocker says, "All right, I'm heading home. This doesn't fit into my plan. And thank you for stopping me from doing something I'd regret. I only did it because I was desperate and had no one to help me. There must be other ways. Thanks for stopping me from doing something worse. I owe you," and extends his hand. Peter also extends his hand, saying, "Sure, mister." Shocker yelled, "Just call me the Shocker," and fired a shock attack, sending him flying into a trash can. At night, Peter returns home, climbing in through the window. He mutters, "I can't believe I fell for that," while eating ice cream in the living room. Hearing this, May Parker comes out. When she sees the scary figure she mentioned earlier eating ice cream in the living room, she cries in fear. Peter quickly says, "May, it's me, it's Dad," and shows his face. Although May feels reassured, she says she doesn't like the black suit. Peter promises to change it and asks her to keep this a secret. Continuing, Kingpin is speaking to a long-haired man at the Bugle, and handling the newspapers is that man's plan. His plan involves ensuring the newspapers can no longer be trusted. He aims to give Kingpin full control over his territory and crown him as a king. This allows them to carry out bigger and more sinister plans. Kingpin, however, isn't a fool. Kingpin understands everything what he's doing. So he says, they are not normal. They might be more powerful than you think. I deeply understand my enemies and my domain. I'm not just playing the role of a king. I am the king. But the long-haired man isn't satisfied. I've provided you with great resources. Use them, he demands, pushing harder. At night, Peter is scrolling through his phone and chatting with MJ. Suddenly, he senses something with his spider sense. When he looks, he sees Shocker. This time, Shocker is caught red-handed with stolen money. So, Shocker starts attacking. Peter dodges and strikes back. This time, Shocker grabs his ribs and says, "My ribs are broken. It's because of my wife. My wife is dying. That's why I needed the money. I did what I had to." "What would you do if you were in my place?" he asks. Peter, who also has a wife, pauses for a moment. Then he asks, "Wait, is that true?" Shocker responds by striking Peter again, throwing him into a trash can, and runs away. From atop a building, Green Goblin is watching the scene. Like the previous day, Peter swings back home and climbs inside. Nothing seems to be going right. In the last few days, he's already been attacked twice. He even scared the kid. Not good, Peter. Not good at all, he thinks while drinking milk. When he closes the fridge, he notices a drawing by May Parker of a red and blue spider with the words, "You are the best." Peter smiles. Maybe I'll give it one more day, he thinks, feeling motivated again. Okay, that's the end of this issue. Hopefully, in the next episode, we'll see the classic red and blue Spider-Man suit. The idea of creating this red and blue suit, inspired by Little May Parker's drawing, is a lovely touch. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you again in the next videos. Have a nice day, guys.